Welcome to this quick introductory demo to phpChess. We're now logged in after the installation of phpChess, and what we can see is the general playing area. We've logged in our case, as test1. I can see that another player is online called test2. I can see that I have a challenge waiting for me, and I can see also that another opponent is here called AI Bob. AI Bob is actually an artificial intelligence player, and we'll look at him in a little while. But first, let's see if we can have a quick chat with test2, see if test2 is online. So the first thing we do is to say hello and find out if the other player is also online and interested maybe in a game. The key for us is to be coordinate ourselves and try to get some games going. But while the chat is taking place, it is of course also interesting to see who else is online, which we can easily see on the left. Once you have made your appointments and gotten your confirmation for your game, we go back to our playing area. Sounds like that the other player is interested in a game, so we're going back. We can see that we already have a challenge, but I just wanted to quickly show how a challenge is actually made. You can at any point in time create a game. Create a game doesn't actually pick an opponent. It allows to create a game against anybody. You can pick whether or not you want to take white or black pieces. You can decide whether or not the game affects your score. And you can, of course, check how long you wish the game to last for. All of these things can be customized in the advanced options. So I can set up an advanced game. In the advanced game, I can create, for example, a custom position known as a fen, a position for chess. And I can decide whether or not a specific number of moves adds a specific number of minutes to make the whole game run more evenly, or gives rewards for moves made quickly. Any created game will appear under my games. I can see that I challenged anybody, and that also allows me to revoke the challenge again. I've already got a challenge from test2, the wonderful minion that's online. I will now accept this challenge, and that shows me that the game is now active, and I can also see in this that I'm currently not of turn. Any red icon shows me that the opponent is ready to make a move. If the icon turns green, then I can see that the opponent has made a move, and it's time for me to make a move. The frontline interface here that we're seeing gets updated every 30 seconds, but this can be changed in the bin directory in a file called config.php, where this interface, depending on the timings and depending on the amount of activity the server allows, you can set this to a lower number or potentially a higher number if you are under traffic pressures. I can now see that the opponent has made a move, that the game has started, and I can now log in. I can see very easily here under test2 that we have an hour and a half roughly for the game. I can see my own time as well. And it's obviously time now for me to make a move. I'm not a very good player, so I will go ahead and drive for a terrible blunder. This gives me also time very quickly to show you a couple of interesting features here. You've got the ability at any point in time to transfer the game into PGN. So that's the standard notation for chess games. I also have here the ability to send now in-game chat, so I can simply send a test hello here or whatever else. But what I can also see here is, of course, that my opponent has made another move. and while that is taking place, I will now commit chess suicide to show the endgame animations that are visible here too. And I can also see that test 1 has already replied. What's particularly interesting from my perspective is that we have here the abilities to resign, to draw the game, but also that we're right after a game in a position to view the replays, challenge to a rematch, or go back to our player home, which is what we're going to do now. Part of the server, of course, is to also allow for tournaments to take place. Tournament games are also shown in the screen directly. They have a little tournament icon next to it. And in one of the other lessons, I will show how an administrator can set up a tournament. But what I also wanted to show is that we have here the possibility to customize our chess environment. We can, for example, choose the colors of the chessboard. This gets us to a color picker. Within the color picker, I can now go in and pick any color I choose, and that will then set back the color to what I would like it to be. Having set this color, there is also the possibility here to manage buddy lists, so who are the friends and who would we like to have as friends. For example, I get on with test 1 very well, so I can simply add test 1 and that automatically adds the players to my buddy list. I can update this or ignore this, but I can also go to the buddy list directly and show you directly from there that I can, of course, challenge anybody to a game if required. The next part of the settings options that are here is also I can change my password, I can manage my avatar. That means also that I can upload an avatar, or I can select an avatar from a gallery. And of course, any selected icon will immediately take over and become the main avatar. If I go back to the configuration page, there are also club options, personal information options in regards to what your real name is, your location, your age, a rating, a self-rating of the chess capabilities, a motto, a favorite chess player, just to get the conversation going with others. Also, what is quite interesting here is I can decide how I want to be notified in regards to challenges, so I can be emailed when a new challenge comes in. I can also, for the more long-term games, be emailed when there is a new move. All of these things are possible, and that's probably a good thing of phpChess, that it covers both the real-time game mode, but it also covers the correspondence chess side. If we're now going back to the configuration side, a final thing probably worth noting is that in line with the requirements of the European Union and America, there is the option to, at any point in time for a player, to close the account as well. We also support offline messages, so there's a message center, so I can see here the moves that have been made, and I can very quickly clean up my my inbox by deleting all saved messages, or in this case, for example, I want to delete all the messages because there are no personal messages, so I just go ahead and delete those to clean up my inbox. I also have here on the left-hand side a find players opportunity, but also what is quite interesting is I can do this directly with the people that are online. So I can click on another opponent, I can see their rating immediately, very simple to see, but I can also add them directly to the buddy list. If I do that, they get a little blue frame around them, so I can immediately see if my buddies are online. But also, I can challenge the player to a game or view their statistics. And the viewing of the statistics is quite an interesting thing. I can see how many wins they have, how many draws and losses, what their points are, but I can also see their past games. And that is probably a nice way to learn to challenge somebody and understand how they're playing and how they got on and what kind of style of play they're having. So I can open the PGN file and immediately see the game. In this case, there were no moves made, but if I go back and see the previous one in PGN where white played test 1 played white, I can now play through this game and see how a person dealt with the different threads of the game and what an incompetent opponent black was in this case. Having said all of these wonderful things, you can also at any point in time look at your own statistics by simply clicking on the statistics list, and also look at your current games and your past games. This was a very quick overview over the capabilities of phpChess. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you think it's worthwhile downloading. If you've got any suggestions, just visit us at phpChess.com and we will respond to you at our earliest opportunity. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you found it worthwhile.